maybe expound on that and those relationships a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Coach D. Will was actually from New Orleans. I played back at Tulane, and we had some New Orleans staff on Tulane staff, and they all pretty much vouched for him. Like, he a student of the game, he know ball, played DB in college, he know what he doing, great coach. Yeah. A lot of people just vouched for him, and I feel like it was the best opportunity. And everything made sense. And like, I talked to Coach D. Will, came on the visit. But what the people said was true, so I like kind of fell in love with it, and we made it work.
Yeah, for me, like you said, I had a relationship with Coach Roberts out of high school. He recruited me to Auburn, actually. And, the relationship built. I ended up going to Washington because we started he came a little late in my process, like my senior year. But the relationship stayed. Once I hit the portal, it came back. We were chopping it up, and I finally got on a visit. I met Coach Roberts again. I talked to him. I met Coach Coach Wilford, CJ, Coach Hicks, and then it was just great. It just clicked all around, man. And the coaches are great. They wanted me to play the hybrid position, star. We're gonna play star, and I feel like that fits my game a little more because of just my versatility. I could show my in space coverage, and I'm not like just always in the box and like limited. I could do a lot more things, and I feel like that's where I need to be. So, it clicked. The coaches are great, and I feel like these coaches are the ones that's gonna develop me to be able to do it to the next level because they're legit, man. They know the scheme down pat and techniques and everything. So it was going up.
Yeah, your recruitment out of the portal was pretty quick, if I remember. Yeah. I'm curious how that conversation went with Coach Wilson and Silverfield, anybody else, and I feel like yours wasn't long, but it took a little bit longer, if I'm not mistaken.
As in.
Just the timetable from when the portal opened to when you jumped on board with Arkansas.
Well, so I got here, and I kind of knew I was going to come here. But last time when I hit the portal from Washington, I took a visit, and I committed right on the spot. And I think that, like, I just wanted to make sure and take a step back before I did something impulsive. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make sure it was the right decision. I told the coaches that I really liked it here. They knew I liked it, and that's why I feel like they stayed committed to me, and and I'm here. So, yeah.
And just how that unfolded for you, kind of quickly.
For me, it was when I first entered the portal. That was probably the first team to call, and it was my first visit too. And when I came, we went in the meeting room. We was just talking ball. It makes sense. But like, I like the defense, good people. And like we was talking about, I'm like, they was coaching me up on stuff I haven't been coached on before. I'm like, okay, if this how they're gonna develop me, let's make it work. Like, I'm all about development and a fair chance. And it gave me both. And it was just, I didn't want to waste my time neither. Like, if I'm gonna do it, let's do it, make it work, and let's get other guys on board. And once I committed, we started recruiting other people that was in the portal that can help this team win. I'm focused on winning. I ain't want to postpone nothing. Knowing I like this place, it was the perfect fit. Good coaches, I'm going to be developed the right way. Let's make it happen. Let's win some games. That was my mindset. So,
Where you talked about you wanting to play that star position. Was that something you were looking for when you entered the portal, or is it something that Arkansas maybe sold you on?
Well, I always kind of knew that I wasn't just a linebacker. I always kind of knew like I could do multiple things, and hearing Coach, I always because out of high school, Coach Roberts wanted me to do that at Auburn, and I always remember that. So when he called me, it just kind of like started clicking, and he started walking me through. When I got here, they walked me through. Coach D. Will and Coach CJ walked me through like what I was gonna do and how it would help and fit the scheme, and I feel like it all just started lining up, and it's just the best for me going forward.
Do they call you Joker? Is that right? What's the origin of that nickname?
Back in middle school, my friends just started calling me, and we kind of just ran with it. Like a lot of people don't know my real name at this point. So
That's Joker.
yeah.
Joker. I'm wondering how Quincy got to think to put you on the spice eating test, and what you thought of all that.
I mean, it was pretty cool. It was good opportunity to learn Quincy a little bit better. Good opportunity for the fans to get to know who I am. The chicken nugget was good, you know. So I think it was just team bond. It was pretty good.
You didn't have much trouble with the hottest one, number 6.
Nah. It was the 5th one that gave me the
Fifth
most.
one?
Yeah, the 5th one gave me most trouble.
What do you think of Kittler? I'm not sure if he even had milk. Did you see that?
Tough guy. Hey, tough guy.
Could you talk about the cornerback room? I mean, they returned no cornerbacks. Can you talk about what the bonding has been like and what you've seen from the other guys at the position?
I mean, I think the bond is great. Like we all pretty much work out together outside of the team stuff. Like we text each other to work out together. We all making plays, having fun. Ain't nobody hating on each other. We all happy for each other. B-Lee, Shelton, LaCar, we all making plays. Even the young guy we brought in, Copeland and B4. Everybody just having fun, encouraging each other, helping each other learn. Because it's a new defense for all of us. So, like, we all pretty much helping each other out. If we don't know something and somebody else know it, we're not just withholding information. We all just pretty much helping each other out because, like, we all got to play. Like, it's a long season, and we all just, I guess, support each other.
So the 4D player came up, and I think Coach Wilson mentioned you as one of the top 4D players. Can you maybe talk about what all went into developing that way, and how close are you to a 4D player?
Well, I appreciate Coach D. Will for helping me. I feel like there's a lot. I gotta keep building, and the coaches here, man, they are legit, man. They speeding my process up. I feel like I have the intangibles to be that, and they're just helping me actually step forward and become that. So I appreciate Coach CJ, Coach D. Will, and Coach Hicks, and Coach Silverfield for just helping me out. It's my third go around, so it's time to put the foot on the pedal, man, and get going.
For me, I like learning football, so I'm confident enough right now because I just got in the defense. I can go play start if I had to. Like I'm getting pretty comfortable with all 5 positions in the back end. So I kind of take pride in just knowing and learning defense, knowing my help at, and that me knowing my help at and stuff like that. It give me the knowledge of what the other guys got. So I can go play a different position if I have to, if I needed to. I feel like I can go play safety because we all communicate. We all got to know what each other got. So, like, I feel like that helped me to be able to go play that position if I have to. Yeah. I don't just learn cornerback. I try to know all 5. Even, like, once I know all 5, I'm going to get to knowing the linebackers and the D-line. So.
How reasonable is it for fans to think that a team that's got so many newcomers on it, plays in the SEC, can be a competitive defensive backfield? Because the numbers weren't good for Arkansas defensive backs last year.
Well, I think it starts with, top down. I think it starts with the head guy and it goes down to the position coaches, and then the players, we follow the lead, man. Everybody say you want to do something, and things, it doesn't just fall in line, it's the path, you got to walk the path. So that's just putting in the work every day, doing those extra walkthroughs, extra meetings, all that, and then building team bonding outside the facility, man. All that matters. All that is the little things matter. So I feel like that's just going to, put us ahead of a lot of other programs, but it's just us versus us right now. We just trying to win each day.
Joker, I guess you went against Coach Silverfield a few times over. What do you remember about those games? What stood out to you going against him, the Memphis program under him?
Back at Tulane, it was more like every time we played Memphis, we knew we had to run for our money. Like there was a team to run our season pretty much every year. And one year they did it, like last year. Like we dropped that one. Well, not 2 years ago. We dropped that one and we dropped like 3 more after that. Like Memphis was the team like, hey, lock in, let's do it. Like, cause you lose this game, like everybody knew Memphis was a good team. Like, so like every time we played them, like if you don't come with it, you're gonna lose. Like, and like it was always a competitive game, never a blowout. It was fun, really. It was good competition. Like it was probably one of the best teams in the conference outside of us. So it was always fun playing against Memphis. It was like a rivalry thing.
You obviously went to the college football playoff last year. When you look back on that, what do you remember the most? Like, I don't know, all the cameras, all the hype leading in. What sticks out about that memory for you?
It was just fun, like playing against Ole Miss, SEC school. Like me just being able to show I can play at this level. Like it ain't nothing. Like I'm good enough to be here. I'm here for a reason. Like it was just fun, really. I was just soaking in the moment. It was fun. Sold out stadium, college football playoffs for the first time. It was just fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Khmori, what would you say? I don't know, challenge, adjustment, the biggest thing that you have to work on maybe in full-time switch from linebacker to that star position?
Just being used to well, that's a hard question because I kind of did. I would say just being used to being away from the offensive line, and it's not that big of a difference. I feel like there's rules at each position that you got to lock into, and just keeping my eyes right and discipline, not getting nosy. That's going on inside and in the box, and just staying locked in on my guy and my job. I'll say that's the biggest, I think.
What's your guys' goals beyond football for this, I guess, community? Arkansas is not a big state. There's no professional teams. Everybody looks at this football program. Like, what your goal is? Legacy or connection with community or any of that kind of stuff? Or is it you just here to play football and move on?
Yeah, so for me, we've done some things with the, some elementary schools. We went over there, talked to the kids, got to meet some, and really just pick their brains and how they are living in Arkansas. Because I've never been out here, and I want to impact those kids, the guys who dream to come to schools like this. It's not all about my community. I want to impact all kids and people of all communities. If I could impact any community, that's the biggest thing for me. That's outside of football. I just want to impact people and put a light on, them. So that's my biggest goal.
Outside of football, I always want to be known as a great player to come through here. But outside of that, I see a lot of reconstruction going on around here. I want to get in real estate, connect with some people on board, and just build my brand, be more likable, like just want everybody to love me as a great person. But outside of football, I want to get into real estate, meet new people, just explore everything. I don't want to be in a box. I want to go out and meet, like he said, we go to the schools and talk to the kids. That's fun. I want people to know who Joker really is. So
Yeah.
Has it helped having Miguel in the defensive back room? Just
Yes.
a guy that's been around.
Yeah.
What has he imparted on you guys about the area?
Any question you can, like when it comes to the back end, even the up front, any question you can ask Miguel, he gonna know. Like, so sometimes you don't want to go ask the coach. Sometimes you just want to ask a player who know, and he the player that know, and the communication always there. If you just have a brain freeze on the field and he on the field with you, you good. Like, just ask him, communicate. He gonna know what he got in, what you got. Just because he been in defense for so long, you can always depend on him. He probably you can depend on him a lot. So.
What do you guys thought about the quarterbacks? Do you even pay attention to who's throwing that football against you guys, or what are your thoughts?
I think it's a good battle. I think they're gonna compete just like everybody else. To be honest, I'm worried about competing and doing me, and I'm sure they are too. But I think there's two great guys, two great players, and whoever wins it.
Yeah, me, I kind of just focus on taking the ball away from
Facts.
best man. I think Coach Silverfield gonna pick the best man to win the job, but
Right.
the defense got to get them the ball back. So that's what I'm focused on.
What about wide receivers? Is there anybody that's giving you any? I know we're just a few days into practice, but anybody giving y'all trouble? Anybody that's impressed you?
I like Jamari Hawkins. I like Prevo, young guy Prevo. I like CC, Chris Marshall. He's a dog. Chris Marshall, a dog, man. Yeah, those guys right there. I feel like the wide receiver room has great competition as well. Those guys are battling it out, and we got a group of great guys all around, man. Offensive line, defensive line, receivers, corners, DBs, everywhere. So
Yeah, I like Chris Marshall, big receiver, nice size. He can athletic. He can do it all. Jump out guy, and he can run through. Like you probably don't think he can run. He can run. He can catch the ball. I like C.J. Brown too. Yeah. Explosive. Him and Chris Marshall both explosive. They can run, athletic. Them two I like the most right now. From the outside, I don't play. He named a couple of slack guys. I haven't lined up in front of them yet. They lucky, but you know what I mean.
More as a guy from Northern California who went to Washington and then North Carolina, did you ever want to play in the SEC? Did you hate the SEC growing up from kind of Pac-12, Big Ten country? What's kind of your relationship with this conference?
I love the SEC, man. I always wanted to play in the SEC. Really, to be honest, I wanted to go to SEC schools out of high school. It didn't work out all the way, but I just love football, and I know that SEC loves football, so I feel like I fit in right here. SEC is where I've always wanted to be. And I feel like everything lined up being here.
I said Northern California, but Pasadena's not Northern California. What's the biggest difference between Northwest Arkansas and Pasadena right now for you?
Well, I would say it's a lot more things going on in Pasadena, like a lot more people, I would say, like traffic. And out here I could slow down, I kind of calm down, gather my thoughts. In California, it's a lot going on. So I feel like it's good for me coming from California to just be able to slow down and unpack and just be able to kind of like just gather my thoughts and reflect a lot.
That was a great job.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.